What's up, Alfonso Nation? It's Alfonso Peterman here, and guys, I have finally got the notification of a brand new video from a YouTuber who goes by the name of Cinema Sins. You've seen the previous reactions on this reaction channel. Everything wrong with Transformers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, the 5th movie just came out, and I was like, man, you know what? I know this movie has received a lot of criticism. There's been a lot of things talked about this movie, but I'm pretty sure this guy is going to have a lot to say, too, that we never heard of. So, I'm not really upset when people point out the wrong things about movies. I'm pretty glad that he points out the flaws, because it's good to be critical of a movie, respectfully critical, so that we can learn how to improve the future movies. So, without further ado, Cinema Sins just came out with Everything Wrong with Transformers the Last Night. It was released yesterday. It already has 1 million views. So let's just get into it. Yes. I know there's a lot he has to say about this.
While this logo shoots meteors into the air, I've got to ask, since we're on the 5th Transformers movie, has anyone figured out why these movies need to be 150 minutes long? The Dark Ages. That's pretty vague, if you care about history at all. No one knows who's fighting who, or why you should care, and this battle scene comes with all the clarity and sensitivity you'd expect from the guy who made Pain and Gain and a few other movies I'm forgetting. It's almost like the studio said, man, that Guy Ritchie King Arthur movie is gonna do gangbusters. Let's feed off the inevitable wave of popularity by making our movie tie in somehow.
This is what the end looks like!
Look, this movie is only 2 minutes in, and even I'm willing to admit I'm hoping this asshole is talking about the end of the movie.
Oh my god, wow. That's harsh.
5 full seconds of this guy drinking.
I didn't like that either.
He had this last little nip of alcohol and then did all this writing?
Magic does exist.
3 minutes into the picture, Anthony Hopkins starts narrating about magic. I'm not sure whether this movie is Thor, Now You See Me, The Arthurian Tales, or Noah Part 2. But you could have started here and spared me the terrible battle scenes this movie opened with. Well, Merlin's been on screen for less than 30 seconds, but has already exceeded the entire alcohol intake of Valkyrie and Thor Ragnarok.
It's happening down there now. It's awful.
I mean, you should see the editing and the camera angles. Honestly, a 3-headed Transformer dragon? We're really doing this?
Transformers are declared illegal on Earth. The world has set up a new paramilitary force.
Exposition dump is dumb.
Except in Cuba, Castro lets them sun on his beaches.
Yeah, but why? Does this bring in tourism dollars? And do these huge, complex machines really enjoy the heat?
A mojito needs ice.
God damn it.
Yeah, what's this today, robot?
Discount Stand By Me. Movie saves money by reusing the footage from Bane's attack in The Dark Knight Rises. Hey man, your shirt says basketball is my girlfriend. I want you to step back and understand the optics of what you just did. None of these idiot kids breaks a bone during this bone-breaking tumble. Isabella winds up to throw these bottles, which the security guard robots eagerly shoot at after she throws them. But why didn't they take a shot at her winding up to throw these bottles in the first place?
That's true.
Do they know she's one of the protagonists?
Armed and hostile. I got kids in danger.
Hostile intent. Alien has a weapon.
Fire!
We really need to protect those kids. Now fire your missile at the giant transformer that's just 2 feet away from them.
Yeah,
Jeez. When
that
these
makes
kids
sense.
decided to go look for some dead robots, I bet they didn't expect a badass homeless teenage girl to help them, or to see a random Mark Wahlberg patrolling the streets. It's like this place is a hotbed of ex-mock activity.
I'm tired of people messing with me.
They still haven't fixed his f***ing voice box? Hey guys, I'm not having a problem. I want Cade to find the talisman somehow, but how did I get it to him when he left it with the dying transformer? I know, let's have the talisman grow legs and be able to walk on its own. This mountain of cocaine isn't going to snort itself. I see the Transformers suddenly have the ability to Iron Giant their separated body parts back together. That is not awesome. Also, how did breaking himself apart, then pulling himself back together, give him any discernible advantage in taking out a dozen puny humans?
Don't do it, B!
Where the f*** was this asshole the whole time? Was he sitting in a Jeep watching all 5 seasons of Las Vegas?
Sorry I'm late. My invitation to this ass-kicking must have got lost in the mail.
No, it just got lost in the screenplay.
Oh.
Pretty sure this is page 14, but it got placed where page 19 normally goes.
Shots fired.
Also, John Goodman. I've seen this franchise sully some great actors. John Turturro, Kelsey Grammer, Stanley Tucci, f***ing Anthony Hopkins. But this one hurts the most, I think. Also, bearded, cigar-chomping Transformers. Let's discuss the evolution of that.
Yeah.
Like tagging.
With machinery as intricate as Bumblebee's, how does he not feel the tracker getting shot onto his rear spoiler?
Exactly.
If he
Oh my
doesn't
god.
feel it, seems like he could at least be able to be warned by something.
Right.
I mean, this is a Transformer who can tear himself apart and reanimate like the Iron Giant, for Christ's sake.
The staff is hidden on Earth.
I'm like, how do you not know it's on you?
Ultimate power.
Oh, great. Another goddamn artifact.
Yeah.
It's insane to me that we've watched 4 movies and not once did anybody bring this weapon of ultimate power up.
I am Quintessa, the prime of life.
What have you done to my home?
Why is Optimus so certain that the Transformers god is responsible for the world dying? All she said was, your world is dying, and I've been waiting for you, and meet your creator.
Oh,
What she
yeah.
didn't say was, all this you see around you, I did that. In case you confused it with England EU.
The talisman has been bestowed.
You mean,
Optimus-
just because the talisman, which Cade refused, decided to walk into his car and he picked it up, that makes the talisman work? No one will be seated during the crucial and exciting polo
Optimus
scene.
jumping to
The reason why
conclusions.
you're always open.
It's the reason you're always single.
Movie perpetuates a lie that supremely attractive women like Vivian are single because of some sort of character flaw.
Why? Why do we tell ourselves these stories?
Movie takes what I uttered under my breath while buying a ticket and works it into the actual film dialogue. Yep, that's what people in America do. They go to Chinese websites to look at Lamborghinis.
Drop the cruiser right now! I know you got T. Sherman's cruiser!
While Mark Wahlberg does his exasperated Mark Wahlberg comedy routine, I'm wondering, does Chief Sherman's cruiser factor into this movie's plot at all? Or is this movie just being a dick and wasting time?
Don't do this for the money. What is wrong with you? How you gonna eat? What's he doing here?
I'm loving
Notice how
this.
someone in the movie asks a perfectly valid question, and then the movie creates a distraction to not answer it?
7 signs of the apocalypse, and that talisman showing up here is numero uno.
Isn't it great that they created Day Trader basically to tell Cade what this talisman is? And he doesn't live in this junkyard, so how does he travel around without the TRF knowing?
You're coming into your power now.
Apparently Transformers are born as babies and slowly grow up, which is one of the stupidest things Michael Bay has ever signed off on. And not saying something. Wait, alien robots are arriving on Earth in numbers too high to count. Sports stadiums are smashed, entire sections of major cities are quarantined, but they're still f***ing holding car races somewhere in the world.
How long has this been yet?
There have been so many short cutaway scenes in this movie causing loose threads, I could re-knit the hypothetical sweater from Weezer's Undone. Movie stops in China for 3 seconds and then immediately whiplashes you into Jordan. Is Anthony Hopkins playing Hannibal Lecter again? Because he looks like he's in a completely different movie in this shot.
I want my crew Mohawk.
Man, I want to kill you right now.
F***ing what? The first name out of Megatron's mouth for which of his crew he wants released from prison is this little twerp? I realize you want to introduce new bots, but Jesus. I can't
Yeah.
make this up. Transformers is now stealing a page from Suicide Squad.
They are.
Dreadbot, in for bank robbery.
The f***? Why isn't he in for being a Decepticon? And why would a Decepticon need to rob a human bank?
Yeah, exactly.
Zeus.
Hey guys, you accidentally put a Hasbro commercial in here. I'm not sure you guys knew that, but I wanted to tell you just in case. Oh, you knew that. Even worse.
I'll suck your brains.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
Who did these assholes think Megatron was going to want in a deal like this? The good Decepticons?
They're
How the fuck are they
Decepticons.
even negotiating?
Broke our asses back in these Decepticons. Now they let them out.
Yeah, about that. How in the ever-loving did you bag these Decepticons? You haven't once shown an arrest in these movies.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Am I the only one uncomfortable with how often Bay's camera lingers on this teenage girl? Am I projecting too much because of that whole made Megan Fox wash his car in a skimpy outfit story?
Decepticons have just been given Yeager's location.
And despite the fact that we knew said location, we are just going to follow the Decepticons there, instead of getting in position first and then giving them the location.
This is protected land!
Seems like this could have been done without Megatron and his crew driving down the road and giving away the fact that they were coming for Cade, when there are a million entry points to the junkyard that don't involve the use of a fucking highway.
Put him down!
Fucking kids, man, they are just the worst.
Yeah, they
also,
are.
is this how Isabella stayed alive so long? Openly challenging Decepticons? You can't tell me this girl's street smart and then have her do this shit.
Get those vile beings. I'm off.
So wait, do you mean Cade set up this trap in the middle of this ghost town to blow up the Decepticons? But the explosion basically did nothing?
Yeah.
And now they're on the run again?
Basically.
So what's the point? Don't tell me he thought this would work. Cade knows his Transformers.
Yeah.
Transformers 5, Attack of the Drones.
Facial mapping.
Attack of the Drone.
Dead man.
Any reason why this drone with a clear shot misses Cade here, other than pure f***youism?
Yeah.
The second drone, which hasn't fired any bullets, goes to the comic book movie school of fight tactics and starts wrestling Cade.
What are you doing? It's using facial recognition.
Damn, dude, a minute ago you didn't even know what these things were, but now you're certain they use facial recognition.
Yeah.
Hello, Master Cade. I have been sent to collect you.
I decided to hide out in this random elevator in this random building, on the off chance that you decided to run inside.
Yeah.
Guess my mom was wrong. She told
Totally
me
by
I'd never
chance.
cut it at the Miss Cleo Institute. Really? England, UK? You don't say. This is clearly the dumbest location text ever, in that it tells us not only redundant information, but manages to reduce this location to the vague somewhere in a country. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Sir Edmund has made quite the journey in this movie, going from the UK to Africa, back to the UK in little under a day. Some bull. Look guys, if this drone is going to continue to be terrible at its job, can we just go on to the next scene, which is surely going to be the long-awaited Mark Wahlberg acts with Anthony Hopkins scene that we, as the human race, have been begging for? Off. Oh,
Yeah.
good. He lucked himself onto the mothership drone they were just talking about trying to destroy.
Hey, Kate, what's with the C-3PO ripoff?
Well, I guess if the movie admits the theft, that theft just goes away, doesn't it?
Don't kill the messenger, or the messenger will kill you.
Wait, what?
There will be no snack service on the
Right.
flight, no drinks, no fun.
If you
This
kill
is
the
a flight
messenger,
from somewhere close to
You
Chicago
can't
to
kill-
somewhere in England, right?
I
Why wouldn't you
thought
give
about
your
that.
passengers something to eat or drink during this trip? Especially if he's that important.
Tracking Jaeger. He's over the pond right now.
Wait, I thought you were tracking him from that homing beacon on Bumblebee. Is this movie going to later reveal these government assholes have a homing beacon on Cade himself?
Literally dissolve at room temperature, made from some old kind of goat scrotum or something.
I hope John Turturro was able to put many of his descendants through Harvard with that line.
Earth has another name. Unicron.
Cybertron's ancient enemy.
It dates back to at least 1986. Wait, you mean you're not going to add Great Britain too? How the fuck are we supposed to know where we are if you don't include that? It's weird. Before watching this movie, I never once got the urge to punch words.
You found a man yet, Vivian?
Movie fails the Bechdel test so hard that Wesleyan University is going to vacate Michael Bay's diploma. Is this movie trying to be Interstellar now? Oh no, British Megan Fox is in a car that's driving itself.
Hot rod.
Movie asks us,
We have guests!
hey man, this tank is operated by Michael Bay. That's just how he says hello.
But you want to know, don't you, dude? Why they keep coming
Just how he
here?
says
I would have
hello.
removed 100 sins from this movie and an additional 1,000 from the franchise if Wahlberg just said merchandising.
Last surviving member of the Order of Witwick.
You can't be serious.
Je m'appelle Hot Rod.
At what?
Hot Rod.
This goes on for some time, but when a movie is 150 minutes, everything goes on for some time. Burton gives his two kidnapped victims a history lesson in his own human lineage first, instead of just saying, look, robot apocalypse soon, here's how you help.
That's the watch
Yeah,
that killed Hitler.
that's
Don't
true.
screw with it.
That's the what that what? I mean, jeez. Read a history book. Hitler died in Argentina in 1962 when Magneto killed him. Amazing that Sam Witwicky was never told this National
Magneto.
Treasure / Da Vinci Code history of Witwickens for 3 movies. Movie suggests Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman were part of this Protect the Transformer Society, when I'm pretty sure most of their energy was spent on things way, way more important than that.
Yeah.
In fact, 500 sins for even suggesting Douglas and Tubman were concerned about goddamn Transformers.
To protect the secret history
dang.
of Transformers.
You ever think
500.
Anthony Hopkins looks back at his time at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art and thinks, yep, this was all leading to Thor, Transformers, and Red 2. I'm pretty certain that the conspiracy to keep Transformers secret would not have lasted centuries as this movie claims, especially if they helped take down f***ing Nazis.
It
Yeah.
all began in 484 AD.
Jesus, this f***ing history lesson is still going.
Yeah, every legend, every myth, every story whispered around the campfire has a logical explanation.
A logical explanation, unlike this f***ing weird cut between walking shots. Did he pause for 150 steps? Or did you just not care about matching with other? Also, I was around a campfire the other day regaling a bunch of out-of-towners with the story of Transformers 1 through 5, and they couldn't come up with one logical explanation as to why these movies are 12 and a half hours combined.
Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
Arthur C. Clarke. Impressive.
Not really, it's a well-known phrase.
Yeah.
What would have been really fun is if you asked him if he knew where the quote originated before blurting out the answer. Someone actually convinced Paramount that Transformers beating Saxon and Nazi ass would redeem this franchise.
Race of Honor.
It did.
Oh look, someone in the movie is providing the soundtrack. That's a joke I've never seen before.
Just no, God forbid.
Oh look, someone in the movie is providing the soundtrack. That's a joke I've never seen before.
Bequeathed to him by an alien race.
I like this
fused
dude.
with his DNA.
So this staff made by an alien race has a special, I don't know, lancing device that pricks fingers so you can fuse it with your own DNA? That sounds made up. And yes, I know this is a movie where everything is made up.
Only a direct descendant of Merlin himself can wield this instrument of absolute power.
If Vivian is the only person who can find and use Merlin's staff, why doesn't the talisman immediately jump over to her? Also,
Yeah.
honestly, between the talisman, the staff, the Witwickens, and all the other this plot has officially broken me.
You're saying that I'm related to the wizard Merlin.
Suddenly, I feel like I'm in an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, as a sudden wisdom book is about to prove all the doubters wrong and pave the way for success.
Get us out of here, B.
Get out of here! My weapon will start the time!
Your what will what the what? Seems like a weapon that should make this whole movie's conflicts go away. Lexus, Chevy. Why pay a movie to feature your car brand when every other car brand is also going to be featured? Why is this movie over 2.5 hours long? Because of the essential Turturro and his Transformer bicker scene, of course. Sir Edmund tears a page out of his Transformers history book for basically no reason. It's just a picture of what he already knows is happening.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, how did a Transformers movie, one this British to boot, manage to turn into national treasure with robots? Also, if the Earth, which is actually Unicron, was preparing one day for a battle with Cybertron, why did it allow Pangea to break into a bunch of continents? Remember, this is a sentient planet that wants to defend itself one day, but it lets its defense system spread around the entire globe? If Vivian's dad knew that one day she'd need to know where Merlin's staff was located, and he read stories to her like a loving father, why did he waste so much time kicking her out of the office? What was the point of her dad being an asshole to her all those years?
My lord, the TRF is on our tail.
The TRF in this movie display omnipotence and ineptitude in equal portions.
Why'd you park the decoy car so far away?
Why do you call it a decoy car when you're instantly spotted and followed in this new Red Bull? Pez missile. Bumblebee is able to transform slightly, with unbelted passengers inside without them flying out into the pavement. It's at this point I feel like any sufficiently advanced ex machina is indistinguishable from Harry Potter.
This thing isn't gonna run.
Who said it needed to run? The clue was...
Navy Museum. It's gotta be where the staff is.
They thought the staff would be there. Nobody said anything about them needing to use the submarine to get to yet another ship. Besides, they're going to an ancient ship that crashed hundreds of years ago. So, how did this submarine that was being used by the Navy Museum factor into the process for that long?
And now this, the greatest mission of them all.
If this guy would stop speechifying, we could get out of here in 2 hours or less. Guaranteed. I thought after the TRF decided to hunt Cade down and kill him, they decided not to work with Josh Duhamel anymore. Somewhere, they decided to work together again like nothing ever happened.
What happens in the alien ship stays in the alien ship. I will ask you.
This character is literally the opposite of entertaining.
Alarm on a sub is not a good thing.
How about windows?
It's the best part of this movie.
The sub has 9 rear windows. Are those a good thing? Seriously, this movie has time for a candlelit dinner with the 2 leads in a submarine. By the way, how the did they even get candles?
Shut up.
Emerged from
Let me catch up!
If you assembled all the scenes in this movie that were created specifically to waste your time, it would comprise 75% of it.
Probably,
Oh my god, look at that. It's a big alien ship.
Which somehow has never been discovered by anyone for centuries. Not Jacques Cousteau, Steve Zissou, or James Cameron.
You're the last knight. You figure it out.
Why does he even need to figure it out? Just before they entered the ship, Cade said,
The ship knows we're here.
so why is the ship being a dick now about where the f***ing staff is? I got the talisman, motherfucker. Pass that on. Oh look, the Transformer planet is approaching the dark of the moon. Oh yeah, remember her? She seemed really important there for a while.
You've come all this way for this?
Character speaking for the audience aside, Cade hasn't even looked at this coffin for 10 seconds and he's already declaring the trip a failure.
Maybe someone stole it?
No, there's something else. It's gotta be here somewhere.
Cade 180 so hard that even the Exorcist demon girl got whiplash watching this.
Oh my god.
Has come for the staff.
The Discount Grail Knight wants to know who wants the staff, but if the only people who can access the ship are people who, by rule, are allowed to use the staff, then who gives a shit? Maybe some of the movie's bullshittiest bullshit.
Protect the staff.
Blah blah, protect the staff, even though our rules say that only a Witwicken can use it, and now a clear Witwicken has it. Let's waste more time pretending we need an action scene. Blah.
Remember ZB7? You gotta be that Autobot again.
Marky sends B after Optimus f***ing Prime, and then says,
B's always had my back. It's my turn to have his.
and I'm just sitting here like, the f*** are you gonna do to help B defeat Optimus? Stupid Cade hops on top of stupid Optimus and stupidly doesn't die. I hate you.
I am Bumblebee, your oldest
You can't say anything
friend.
about that.
Literal voice ex machina.
I would lay down my life for you.
And that's all it took to snap Optimus out of his evil coma. Jesus, this movie f***ing hates anyone above a 5th grade reading level. It's insulting how insulting this movie is. Also, I thought Bumblebee's voice was gone because he was missing his voice box. And earlier in the movie, Steve Buscemi sold him one that made his voice sound stupid. If you're telling me this is a psychosomatic problem, why did the knockoff voice box work? No. Look, I've had it. This talisman sat here like an asshole and waited to be useful. The purpose of this thing has been unclear since it first showed up. Here and there, this movie has given explanations for its power, but in the end, it's a big old crutch to give Mark Wahlberg a reason for his paycheck. Also, I understand the knights revere the talisman, but does that change what evil Optimus did? Shouldn't he still be sentenced to death?
Ignition chamber. We gotta figure out what makes it tech.
Ignition? Combustion? Fire? Is this the stupidest line of dialogue in 2017? Sir Edmund pulls out this special Transformer cane/gun, which does virtually nothing, except ensure that his character is going to get blown the f*** up in the next few minutes. So these horns emerge from the ground around Stonehenge, but I thought there were horns around the world that used to surround Stonehenge because everything was once unified by Pangea. Is this now an entirely new set of horns? Also, I thought the horns on Earth, aka Unicron, were supposed to be used to defend the planet, not somehow used by Decepticons to help an evil alien witch conquer it. Hey, let's take the 14-year-old girl we're supposed to protect right to the front lines. Brilliant!
I just found Optimus Prime!
What? Wasn't Optimus Prime already found? The f*** is the meaning of this? I officially have no idea what's going on now.
When the account of the ages is etched into the cosmos.
Do not.
Shut the f*** up and get to work. Hold on to your butts. Here's a standard Michael Bay shots from around the world climactic sequence. It's sure to be the same as the rest of them.
Yo, messed up.
I see Bumblebee has his old pop culture reference voice back. Probably gave the marketing department a sigh of relief. Sigh. This osprey literally just flies right into a cliff of its own accord. Everyone important survives this. I'm just gonna go ahead and add 500 sins here, because I honestly don't know what the f these guys are shooting at.
Right!
I need you to blow that gun up!
Mostly worthless characters who somehow found their way onto the TRF helicopter will now prove their worth. They could have made Isabella a badass like Laura from Logan, but why do something awesome like that?
I got a Hail Mary. How about physics?
Glad the Tony Hale character can act like a villain in the third act of the film, because after all, what the American people need right now is a man of science being portrayed as a super wrong, super douchey asshole.
Yeah!
That was easy. The bad guys decided to approach Prime using the useless fodder technique. Look, all this mechanical f***ery you're showing me, I never understood it anyway. This is like watching a movie through the eyes of a Rorschach test. It's like playing Myst, but using a Castlevania walkthrough to beat it. How has something so insanely useful not already won this battle yet? Like, couldn't he have hit Quintessa with that time-stopping thing? Do the bullets actually do anything to Megatron? Is this like when Superman fights Zod and they're punching each other through buildings? Vivian becomes a virtual baton in a relay race so confusing it's practically water polo. Why did he take the time to transform into the truck? He can f***ing fly.
At the heart of every legend,
do not say anything about that.
There are also terrible action pieces, the editing, no character development, an incoherent story, and there is also the illusion of female empowerment embodied by two characters who could have been way more awesome. So you can keep your truth, dick. Can't understand it or appreciate it. Not again! Oh yeah, we bought a backup this time. Movie tries to shoehorn an end credit scene about these horns that the movie forgot earlier in order to get us excited about a sequel, and that sequel is X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh wow.
Everything that has a beginning has an end, Neo.
Never look back!
I never look back, darling. It distracts from the now.
Are our last hope.
You are our last hope.
Cancel that crazy Ivan.
I am what they say. I'm a liar. I'm a charlatan.
Too bad a dumb friend named Cheddar Bob who shoots himself in his leg with his own gun.
Oh my god. Wow. Well, you know what? A lot of, look, I'll just say this. I've seen his the previous cinema sins for Transformers. The previous ones were, like, shrouded in mere fact. Like, a lot of the things he said was just simply true. A lot of the things he said here is true as well, but I know a lot of this stuff, a lot of these sins are just things that he just personally didn't like. Like, stuff he just, shut up! A lot of things that he just personally would rather not be in a movie. So, I don't think it deserved that many sins. He was really kind of being a little facetious about some of the sins, but a lot of the things he said, like, don't kill the messenger or the messenger will kill you. Like, how does that work? If you already killed the messenger, how can he kill you? You know, like, that kind of stuff. Like, I get that, but then, like, when he didn't like, you know, the fact that, Optimus Prime gave a speech and then he flew off, or the fact that he didn't fly away, he transformed into the truck. That kind of thing is just stuff that he didn't really care for. It's not like an actual error or mistake. But, you know, just like everybody else, you know, this movie has kind of hit the bad side of a lot of people. A lot of these things that he said, a lot of people agree with. They're like, yeah, this all sucks. Personally, I think that because it's a movie, and because it's just meant to entertain and not to really all the time make sense. I mean, it's good to make sense, but it doesn't have to make logical sense from beginning to end because it is a science fiction film. I don't criticize it that harshly. But yeah, some stuff just shouldn't be in the movie. But yeah, that's my reaction, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I think it was a great video. He pointed out a lot of very good things. Anyways, guys, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. My power just went out again. My power just went out again. Like, this is what happened the last time when I was trying to react to Avengers Infinity War. Wait. It just flickered. I thought it was coming back on. This is what happened when I tried to react to Avengers Infinity War. The power went out and I couldn't watch it. Well, at least we made it through the video. Wow. That would have sucked if, like, it would have went out at the very end. Or during the video. I guess the Decepticons do not want this video to go out. So, yeah. This is gonna come out at some time. Well, anyways, guys, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. I'm gonna try to see what happened to my electricity. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.